Hello! It's a very rainy and icky day today, but I'm popping on to show you guys. We had so much fun this past weekend. We decided to try to make Ningxia Red gummies, and they were a lot of fun, and my kids loved them. They've eaten a bunch up, and thought it'd be good to show you guys how to do it yourself. Sorry for all the weird camera angles and lighting. That's what happens when you film on your iPhone. Anyway, the ingredients that you need are 1 cup of juice of your choice. The recipe I think recommends that you use like a non-sugar, very kind of like organic variety. I personally happen to have some Simply Cranberry on hand, so that's what I'm going to use. It also calls for 1/2 cup of Ningxia, which I found is exactly one of these packs, or 2 ounces, with just about exactly 1/4. Oh, 1/2. I just realized that. I measured out 1/4 last time. So, thinking maybe that means I need 2 packs. Maybe that's what happened last time. And you also need 4 tablespoons of grass-fed gelatin powder. I'm using the Vital Proteins grass-fed beef gelatin, and it worked really good when we tried it out last time. So, and you also need 2 tablespoons of raw honey. That's where it calls for, although I found that 1 was plenty and it was sweet enough. But I used a very sweet juice last time that had banana and orange in it. So you might need to play with that a little bit and just see if you need both tablespoons, but I was trying to not put 2 tablespoons in there if I didn't feel like it was necessary. So anyway, first step is to bring 1/2 of your juice to a boil. Okay, can you stand up and hold this so that everybody can see me? Alright, stand right there. Alright, so you need, the recipe calls for 1 cup of juice, so that means you only need 1/2 cup in your pan to heat it up. So I'm going to go ahead and measure out 1/2 cup of juice. Alright. And you're supposed to bring that to a boil. Anyway, alright. It just says heat 1/2 cup of juice until boiling. So I went ahead and had my pot. Go ahead and hold it, baby. I went ahead and got my pot hot so it wouldn't take too long, but sorry if it takes just a minute. Crank it up. And to make this recipe, you can basically use any kind of container that you want to use. Like I made these with excess liquid into thank you, Kay. Like my muffin tins, but it made it a little harder to get out. Maybe if you sprayed it or something, it would be easier. But I found these cute little silicone molds on Amazon. Last time we did little gummy bears, and they were kind of tiny, and so the kids wanted a little more like of a bite than that. So we decided to I ordered some more. Like I said, you could do this without these. This just makes it more fun and a little bit easier because they pop right out of the silicone real easy. So I had a couple that were like Lego shaped, and then some that were big, different types of Lego shapes. Anyway, we'll see how many we fill up with the actual balance. Anyway, alright, so my juice is boiling now. I also have my 4 tablespoons of gelatin in a bowl. So what I'm going to do is mix in the boiling juice with the gelatin, and I'm just going to stir it until everything is dissolved, because with a whisk. You want to use a whisk because last time I did not, and I had some like clumps, and my kids ate it just fine anyway, but it would probably be better if you whisk it real good so that you don't end up having like big gelatin clumps. So anyway, I'm just going to whisk it together. 1/2 my juice that's all hot and boily and yummy, and alright, and then hopefully we don't have too many clumps that way. That was a lovely angle for you, wasn't it? And now I'm going to put Oh good, my doggy is barking. I'm going to put another, I just like making you guys have different camera angles. I'm going to put another half a cup of juice into my mix. Actually, take that back. I'm going to go ahead and mix in the honey while it's still warm because I think that it'll dissolve better that way. And being more incorporated into the mix. I'm going to post a recipe for this later too, so in case you like miss something, don't worry. It'll be included later. Alright, so now I've got my honey, my gelatin, and my hot juice in the pan. I'm going to put another half a cup of colder juice into here. And it's going to start immediately to start setting that gelatin. So this is kind of like a, you want to like, you don't have to move super fast, but you want to move faster. Alright, so I'm going to open my Ningxia Red packs and just squeeze them on out into my cup. Ooh. Yeah, it's not quite one. Half a cup. Beautiful, I know. Alright. There we go. Alright, so now I'm just going to dump this in. Mix that in with my liquid. Yeah, it's okay. I got everything I needed in here already. Okay, so I don't need to add anything to my molds because they're silicone, so they'll just pop right out anyway. So I'm just going to get a little squirter, which came with my molds. This just helps you to be able to put it in a little bit easier. And just so you can kind of see my setup a little bit, I just have some paper towels on the counter, and I'm just going to put the molds down like this so that if I spill any, I'm not making a mess. But anyway, I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but I'll try. Alright, this video is like a bajillion years long. Alright, so you're just going to like get your syringe and just soak up the mixture and then just fill your molds. You want to fill them up pretty full because I find that they come out easier and they just look prettier when they're not like half full or something like that. Plus, it's also good to try to get as many like of the air bubbles kind of popped on top because they kind of take up space in the molds. But if you're pouring them into just like a muffin tin or like some little ramekins or things like that, you can make your gummies as big or as small as you want, honestly. And so you might want to spray it and don't worry about the bubbles or filling up so much because it won't matter. So anyway, it's just to skip ahead so that this process doesn't take forever, and I'm not going to worry about this right now. They'll live until I get back to it. I'll show you guys what some of our finished ones look like. So you can kind of see once they get set, you can kind of just take them out and, oops, sorry. And you'll see we have some little tiny gummy bears that my kids are totally down with eating. Aren't you? Don't ignore my dirty kitchen. But they're super cute, super delicious, and I think they last about a week in the fridge, in a container. So enjoy. I will post the recipe below. If you have any questions about this, please let me know, and I'd be happy to answer them just in case there's any confusion about anything or if you want any kind of tips or tricks about it. So let me know, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.